Okay, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to talk about Walkabout Resources, a stock on the ASX. They have a natural graphite project in Tanzania, Africa, and the rough figures look pretty good, and that's why I am an owner of this stock. I think I bought around 10 cents and a bit more. Don't expect them to really go anywhere, and I'm prepared to lose all my money on the stock. It's not financial advice. Do your own research. Rough figures, you can buy this whole stock for 70 million. Basically they have a couple million cash, not much. And funny story, they're building this mine, and like they didn't raise 60 million, have all the money to build the mine. They like somehow started building the mine, didn't have all the money, started building it, and they get halfway. Oh, we don't have the money. Raise more money to get it done. You can see when they raise money here. So that's when I bought it after that. Yeah, so quite funny that they don't raise all the money and then build the mine. They did it like that, but that's how it is. It's probably gave me the opportunity to buy in. So they're not selling into the lithium-ion battery sector, which is going to be a big demand for natural graphite. They're selling to the other uses for natural graphite because they're getting more money there. And who knows in the future if there's going to be more money in the anode sector, they can switch it up, I guess. But needs to say the rough figures, if I didn't already say, you buy the whole thing 70 million. They say they can make EBITDA Australian 65 million. So after cost and tax, they say 25 million after cost and tax per year for a company you can buy for 70 million, who's going to have minimal dilution because they've already raised the money in the debt, etc. Although there'll be outstanding options, will give a little dilution, I guess. Yeah, so later this year, if they get it right, it's probably going to be growing. You're not going to have to wait 3 years like you are from other natural graphite stocks for the demand to come in. So we'll go through this again. Right commodity at the right time, and yes, they're gonna hit. Like they're gonna build it, and everything's not gonna go right straight away. Obviously, it's not just gonna go perfectly and then just print money. They're probably gonna have upsets here and there. But so is every other company, and basically they just have to get through it. So, completed 60% of the thing. 10 million capex being incurred at start of commissioning. Lowest capex growth, scalable production. So guess what? If they make that 25 million a year after costs, guess what they'll be doing? They'll be doubling. Someone will say, okay, we'll give you more money. Just go do more tons. That's how I see it anyway. There'll be double production, therefore doubling the money if demand allows. So highest margin graphite project, 40,000 tons per annum, 24-year mine life, and they got a lot more stuff around that they can drill out. But 24 years is enough. If they decide double production, that will go to 12-year mine life, and then they'll have more with more drilling. Why waste your money on drilling now if you already got plenty of mine life there? Like, look at these numbers. If you compare these other things, they're pretty good. Continuing on, if you didn't know, there's heaps of these mines needed for the lithium-ion battery, and they say, oh, by 2030. But guess what? If we're slow going to EVs, it's not going to be by 2035, whatever. It's going to be later. And if Tesla gets it right and makes a real cheap car, and the Chinese keep making these cheaper cars, incremental improvements to electric vehicles and batteries, meaning it's getting cheaper, meaning more money flowing into it and more demand for natural graphite. And natural graphite is going to the battery of choice, I believe, for the next decade. The LFP battery, lithium iron phosphate, which is cheap, got pretty good energy density. There is sodium ion coming up, but sodium ion energy density is a bit lower, but the volumetric energy density of sodium ion means it takes up a lot of space, the sodium ion battery, and it's not mass produced yet, and LFP is mass produced and getting better. So anyway, continue on. Need all these mines, yep, we know that. But these guys aren't waiting for that demand to come. They're going to make money later this year if everything goes right. 20 million spent on production to date. I think this is not the quarterly, so it'd be probably better to read the quarterly thing. When did this come out? Don't know when this came out, sorry. Anyway, we'll just keep going down this one. So, yeah, the mine is there, getting built, 60% complete. This thing's digging. They've got a stockpile of ore already to go through. So 18% grade, which is pretty damn good if you compare that to other ones. High grade, large flake. Large flake is optimal for those other ones. Like the lithium-ion battery needs a small flake. Large flake is better for the expandable graphite, electrodes and things like that. Low operating costs and capex. Metallurgical means it can get made from the stuff out of the ground into what they're using it for easily. Low risk, small mining fleet, very modest tons moved. Continuing on. Stockpile, yeah, they got a stockpile there, yes, whatever. So pretty much, I think they're selling it to this company here. This company, Wogan, gives them like 80% of the price. And then they sell it, and they maybe get the rest or something like that. But this is like the sale agent into China. That's how they're doing it for some reason. Doesn't really affect the figures I said before. So this is the mine here. Importantly, it's also got grid power to site. So this company, SYR, they don't even make money on the graphite. I think, and a big reason for that is the diesel cost. I think WKT will have a backup diesel generator. But they've got grid power to site, so it's a very big tick there. It's natural gas, but who knows, there might be some solar going into the grid there in Tanzania in the future. And if they're making a lot of money, they might get their own solar plant if it makes sense. Okay, so they got existing JORC resource. So 15 to 29 million tons around where they are. And then you times that by the grade of 18% or 10 to 18%. That throws a lot of years mine life on there. And then 20 kilometers away, a lot of tons again, times that by 10 or 20%. Another 10 or 20 years mine life, depending how many tons you do. And then they got this other one, which was this one up here. And guess what? If they're making money there and there's some other thing to buy where they're experiencing getting graphite out of the ground, they'll probably buy it as well. Yeah, I'm probably being a bit biased saying they can, yeah, make money and then buy it, buy this, make money there, etc. But, yeah, who knows. So, grid power to site. It is gas. It says thermal, but yeah, that's gas. 200 kilometers from port. So there's tons at port to do. Good road network. Last 60 kilometers being upgraded. So there's a measured indicator there, inferred. So more to be drilled out when they want to spend the money. When they need to get 10 years more mine life, they can probably drill it out there. So if you don't know, reserve is an economical amount in the ground. A resource is not economical, it's just like a resource in the ground. Hope that makes sense. I don't really explain it the best, but a reserve is an economical amount in the ground. So they got 5 million at 22% for 1 million tons. So you divide that by how many tons per year, and theirs comes to 24 years mine life. They do double the tons, half that, but obviously they got a bit more stuff to drill out and turn into an economical reserve. So continuing on, capex, pretty small. You don't want someone with a big capex, because guess what? They have to raise 300 million. Person given 300 million says, "Oh, we want 80% of your profit." Oh, well, don't take the money. So capex, that's a huge thing I look at when I look at companies. You want a low capex so they can raise the money. Well, substitution of grid power for diesel, major cost saving. So yep, they're getting grid power, no diesel, and yes, concurrently capex 70% of the capex. Debt funding cost is 0. I don't really care for the nitty gritty size. I just know they're going to get this done. They're going to have a bit of dilution, but it looks pretty good to me. Okay, we'll just recap. De-risk. So basically they're building the mine now. Hopefully this year they'll make money. And if they make half the money they say they're going to make, it's still going to be pretty good. They're making $10 million after cost and tax. For a company you can buy for $70 million. That's pretty good. And then they get it right, then maybe they go up to 20 million after tax and costs, and then they increase production, and then maybe the graphite shortfall comes in, shooting up the price for graphite although momentarily, like lithium went up. If you know, lithium went up huge, way above everything. It's come back down, so that's why you sort of want to buy low, sell high. 5 year. So that's lithium. Still, companies are making money at this price, so they're making crazy amounts at this price. And graphite is yet to have that run yet. Graphites might be smaller. I don't know how it's going to go. But you want to buy low, sell high, and you have to know what you're holding to know that it's a high price for what you have. So I'll leave it at that. Let's talk about resources. One of the companies I own. Good thing about this, you're not waiting 3 years or whatever, 5 years. You're going to see make or break later this year, and maybe later this year they don't quite get it right. They make a bit of money, and then they get better and improve. Yeah, time will tell. So thanks for watching. WKT. Yeah, so going to ITM again, one of my other favorites. These guys have huge mine life in South Australia, which has renewable energy. It's in a good spot, meaning local workforce, local roads, existing power, which is renewable power, huge reserve, and you know they're going to have pretty good capex because their neighbour, RNU, has already done the study, which basically says they spend $100 million and then they can make $100 million in EBITDA per year. That's just getting out of the ground and selling it to China, but if they want to do some more, they can get out of the ground, make it into round balls themselves. That the capex for making it into round balls, the graphite into round balls, is more like you spend $1 million, $300 million, then make $1 million a year in EBITDA. But that could change as demand changes. But it seems just getting out of the ground, selling to China is a pretty good figures right now. Making the round ball yourself is some reason lower, but that's really just the equipment, bit of knowledge, and then you can coat it as well. That's even more of a cost. But if you want to have the resource in the ground, obviously, because you want to control the resource in the ground and do the rest. Probably didn't sell that well, but anyway. ITM and the ASX. And then lastly, I'll go into VRC. These guys have a mine in Ukraine that's actually was making money. Obviously, Ukraine's in war, but they want to get that up and running again. And then they have a massive thing in Tanzania as well. Huge mine life. And they got plans to go downstream. So, and they're pretty good price, around 40 million. Pretty decent as well. So they're my top 3. There is other ones. These ones I seem to like better than the rest for some reason. I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.